Back to another beautiful day, beautiful live. We are back here again in the new year. Woo! I need that little button that claps. Woo! 'Cause we have made it back to another year of life. We're here another day, And to be honest, it doesn't really matter to me that people, wants to make their change today. First and foremost, my name is Arnold Lewis. You are on the ATP network. I help athletes prepare for a life playing overseas basketball by building your mindset, by building your wealth, by building your belief that you have in yourself. We're here another day. The mission hasn't changed. Everything is still just as we were just yesterday, the day before, because we're going to keep going. We're going to keep doing what we've been doing. This is what we have committed to, you know. Yeah, I know a lot of people like to have, what's it called, New Year's resolutions and the new this. New you don't start just because a day start or a second start. The new you starts the minute you start making a decision in your mind that you're going to be a new person and you're going to start developing yourself. That's when the new year, the new you starts, is when you make a decision in your mind that you are going to commit to whatever it is you have committed yourself to, you have committed your mind to. You know what I mean? So it is my birthday, ladies and gentlemen. That is the first, it is the very first. I am a New Year's baby, you know, and it's cool, I guess. It's just another, for me, honestly, I guess I got that from my father. It's just another day. The work still needs to be done. The grind you need to do still needs to be done. Everything still has to be done. Just because it's your birthday, just because it's a new year, the work still must be done on a day-to-day basis. I am grateful. I'm 36. I did just turn 36. I know I don't look at it. I officially reached Unk era. I am no longer big bro. I've officially reached Unk status. Or maybe I'm still a part of Big Bro status. I think 37, you might be old head. I don't know. I don't know. But we're going to go over 36 life lessons that I've learned over my 36 years on today, being that I turned 36 today. You know what I'm saying? What's up, beauty? First one, discipline is louder than motivation. Motivation fades, discipline builds empires. If you can't stay consistent or you can't stay motivated, stay disciplined. I think that was Jim Jones. He was like, if you can't stay motivated, stay disciplined. Everybody, motivation is a fleeting feeling. It's going to come and it's going to go. There's been plenty of times when somebody come in, they rah, 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 yeah, let's get going. And you get all motivated because it plays onto your feelings. It plays on what you should be doing and haven't done. So it gives you that little anticipation and anxious feeling to try to get something done. But if you're not disciplined to do it, it's not going to matter after a month, a week. And a lot of times we try to do things because we believe the motivation is going to carry us through that entire way. And it's not. I appreciate everybody typing into the live. Thank you for liking the live. Thank you for sharing the live. This is the very first live of the year, a new year. This is my birthday. I'm very appreciative of everybody that comes in. Even if you're coming in to troll. What's up to all of you. Man, happy new year. I'm grateful. Number 2, your job isn't your identity, it's your financial leash. Now, as for basketball players, our job, our career is to play basketball. And through that career, we've only been taught to pretty much just blow money. That's all we've been taught, how to blow money. Those time that you putting into playing and you do not get, and that you don't get back for it, if you do not do what's necessary, it'll only be like a job. The money comes in and it goes right back out. you know? So your job is not just who you are. You know, the money that you make, you gotta, let me see how to, let's see, remove. There we go. Well, I need a moderator. That's what I need. I need a moderator. People be wilding. People be wilding. Three, saving money won't make you rich. Investing in your mind will. The poor focus on cutting coupons, the rich cut focus on cutting beliefs. Everything that you want in this life, you gotta have it in your mind first. You gotta have it in your mind first. And I used to be a saver of money, and that will get you nowhere. Being a saver, Jesus loves you too. Being a saver of money gets you nowhere. The value of the dollar just this past year in 2025 has dropped 10%. And I speak on this channel a lot, not because I am some guru and know a lot about finances and stuff. I just love, I do actually love finances. So I take the time to learn and listen and watch and go and try to understand what's going on with my money, because no one has ever taught me anything about my money. And I'm on this path for myself, trying to figure it out. Wasn't taught about taxes, wasn't taught the correct way about credit, wasn't talked about, you know, building businesses, using taxes the correct way. There's just so many little nuances that we weren't taught. And saving was one of the biggest scams that they can give you. Now, I'm not saying saving your money is not the right thing to do, because you have to be able to have that habit to understand that in order to get something, you got to be able to stack your bread, to put it towards buying something. Before I could buy my very first stock, I first had to know how to manage my bread, manage my money. Then I had to know how to save it to be able to buy enough shares that will actually make a difference. I believe in my account, my daughter has over like 25 shares in her Nvidia account, or in her account for Nvidia, and then she has probably another 15 in another stocks. I know it. I have like 50 shares in Palantir, 100 shares of Nvidia, but it took me a while to understand the habit, because all my money was in the bank. And then I started understanding how terrible the money system was, and then I understand what the stock market is really about, because you know, us as black people was never really taught about the stock market at all. They always say, you know, that's a white people game. That's where you lose money. Or the favorite phrase, the market gonna crash. Doesn't it crash all the time? Like, and it's not no one's fault, because it's just like me, lack of understanding, lack of information, just not knowing. You know, it ain't nobody's fault. I just didn't know until I started doing my own due diligence and doing my own research. If your circle isn't talking wealth, they're talking distractions. Audit your circle. Who are the people that you hang around? That's going to be the most important thing for you in your life, is getting around the right people, getting around the right conversations. What's up, Hawk? Wait, are you trolling? We got enough trolls in here. Getting around enough the right people. You know what I'm saying? Because you ever heard the saying, if you hang around five broke people, you're gonna, if you hang around four broke people, you're gonna be the fifth. If you hang around five broke rich people, you'll probably be the sixth, because of your environment. The people, it's the ideas, the information that you keep around. Yes, having family and friends and people that you grew up with, that is great and all that. But if they aren't helping you at this stage in your life get to where you need to go to, it's time to audit your circle. What better time than to audit your circle than the beginning of the year? You know what I'm saying? You don't have to know what you're doing here, bro. Just relax. If it hits, if something you hear hits and it makes sense to you, take it and apply it to your life. If it don't, keep it pushing. What's yamming? You know, yeah, I'm Unc now. I don't know what yamming is. Y'all young whippersnappers with your new words and terminology, inform me. Inform me so I can stay up to date on the new slang. I can't be out of the loop. You know what I mean? Number 5, there's no such thing as broke, just financially uninformed. Like I said before, you know, let the reason there's no such thing as broke is about the it's just information that you don't know. When I kept my money inside of the bank, when I kept my money and when I was just thinking like a basketball player, thinking like every I can only think and see what I've been trained to think and see, and all I've ever seen and was trained to see was black people getting money, spending it, blowing it, clubbing, clothes, jewelry, hoes, shoes, luxury lifestyle of like, but nothing of real growth, nothing of invest in and assets. And now it's a more prevalent thing, but when I was coming out of college, you gotta think about it. I got out of college in 2012. I graduated 2012. We're 2026, so that's 14 years ago. When I was coming into the game, 14 years ago, I am dang. And there was nobody giving me any information on finances. I took out a loan. This is what my coaches told. This is what one of my coaches. Shout out to one of my coaches. He recruited me. Shout out to him. I always show him love and respect. Coach Jay. Shout out to Coach Jay. But they had no idea about the like problems they was putting us in. They used to just say, "Hey, go to financial aid. Just go to financial aid and take out a loan." All right. Not knowing I'm supposed to be on full scholarship, but I'm over here taking out a loan. They was making me take out a loan. The loan pay off a certain part, and they come through and they cut and take off the rest. It's like that's not how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to take care of everything. Pop Who, what up? You back again, bro? What's good? Hey man, everybody loses in the finals. I lost my first final, but it is what it is, man. What's one loss? Keep it pushing on to the next. That's all you can do. So, as I was saying, dang, you got me off track. We'll go on to number 16. Your bank account is a reflection of your habits, not your hustle. You can work hard all you want, but your bank, there's a great teller of what you have to show for it. And that's what started me along this journey of just talking finance and wealth building and trying to, make a change, create some passive income, trying to create something, going on my wealth journey and showing y'all every step of the way, because I think we have Instagram, TikTok, social media has a great way of showing people who already made it. They got to push them already because they got the fan base, they got that. So you kind of not seeing the people who are coming up and building along the way, so you could get their concept and their mindset. Because a lot of times they talk from a place that is just so incomprehensible that you forget it's like they're removed, so you can't really relate. Like I can tell when guys talk to me who comes on this platform, they ask me about basketball stuff. They kind of see me kind of saying I'm so far removed because I'm 12 years in. I've been playing, and it's like they're probably 1-2 years in, and you think you're not on that. But what I'm trying to get at is I'm coming to you from a perspective of someone that's doing it in the midst, trying to reach his first 6-figure invested, not saved. Because after 9 years of playing and not being uninformed, having $100 inside of my account, working at Walmart, being a mechanic, working, stocking boxes, been through all that just for the simple lack of just being uninformed, and it was based on the habits I had. I didn't have investment habits. I didn't have money management habits. I only knew how to spend money. I didn't have any habits, and my bank account showed that. My bank account was a reflection of my money management habits, and it reflected $100 after playing professionally for 9 years. 7 years, that goes to show a lot. 7-8 years, that goes to show a lot of my habits in that time. 7, silence isn't peace. Silence isn't peace if you're broke. Meditation won't fix your rent. Income will. Silence isn't peace if you're broke. That is tough. When you broke and it's quiet and you just get to sit there and think about how you have no money, that hurts more than the situation that you're in. Man, that is a bar. Silence isn't peace if you're broke. And I was talking to my big deuce yesterday. I talked to my best friend. And I made a video maybe 2, 3 years back, and I said a man will never truly be a man from the way that he feels if his finances are not right. And it's because we are a provider type being species. So when we are not able to provide, you know what it's like when you're not able to provide, even if it's something small, that will like eat away at your soul. When you're broke and as a man, you're just not right because you're not like you're not really being the type of person that you need to be for real. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't play that. Being humble kept me broke for too long. Stop shrinking your gifts to make people uncomfortable. Being humble kept me broke too long. You know, I gave out a lot of money helping a lot of people and taking some jobs that I shouldn't have just because I was trying to be humble and say, yo, you know, my time will come and this and that. You know what? It doesn't really work. If you do not go out and plan, strategize, research what you want your future and your life and your finances to be, you will stay in the same position your entire life and keep screaming, why ain't nobody helping me? Why the government ain't helping me? God, why ain't you helping me? God speaks to you in ideas. And that's what I learned. I learned the long way. Faith without execution is financial delusion. Manifestation without work is mental masturbation. Wow. Now that's a deep one. I might have to read that again. Faith without execution is financial delusion. Manifestation without work is mental masturbation. You could think about everything you're trying to do and meditate on it and see it, but if you don't put no work behind it, the work what you believe in is measured by the work that you put in. The belief that you have and what you believe in is based on the work that you put in. So whatever it is that you say that you believe in and you're trying to manifest and you want this and you meditate on it, if there's no work behind it, none of that matters. The more you work on whatever said thing that you say that you believe that you're going to be, it's going to show up in your work. I said, you know what? I want to grow this channel to reach 1 million followers. You know, have 1 million followers on this, get a gold plaque. That's my goal for this network, just to build out a network of overseas basketball, finances, lifestyle, you know, movies. I have a movie already coming out, skits, just a hub for overseas basketball in different lanes, you know. So what do? I buy a camera, I record. I'm here on live right now, building out the brand. I bought stands and microphones and so many things. And I've been going live now. We've been on our live daily challenge. Now it's a new year. The new year, new challenge is to go live every single day of 2026. That's the new goal. That's the work that is needed to get to that million, to get to my first 10,000 subscribers. Let's start off. Let's do our first 5,000. Let's just get to 5,000. We're at like 3,300. But to grow, yes, that is one of the major goals. But the first goal, just to even get to five, excuse me, I have to be here. I have to post reels. I need to edit and post other content. I have to post the interview videos with other basketball players that I have. Then I have basketball content of live mic'd up content of me playing basketball in the game. That's more content that I'm using to enhance the channel, enhance your viewing experience, giving you guys different content that you might enjoy. You might not always want to just come on here and hear me talk. You might want to see some basketball action of what it's like me playing in the game in my live content. Bringing that. We have reactions, bringing that. We have movies. It's a whole network that's being built. But in order to get to that goal, to get to a million, you have to show up and do the work. That's going to show. If I wasn't here every single day, if I didn't have over 3,000 videos on my page, I wouldn't really say you could. It's not really showing exactly what it is that it's not. It wouldn't show my commitment to what I say that I want. But the fact that I do these things is showing the commitment. And sometimes people pull up and they be like, "Oh, I still see you doing your YouTube and your podcast." I'm like, "Yeah, like why would I stop?" Because so many people tap out and burn out all the time. I don't think we're gonna get through all 36 of these, by the way, just to let you know, because I always get caught up. They told me money doesn't buy you happiness, so you'd stay poor. Poverty is romanticized by people who's never been. Poverty is romanticized. You know what I realized? People love playing the victim card. They love saying, "Man, I ain't got no money, man. I just need some help. Things is tough right now." They love that whole concept. People love the fact of saying, like, money won't buy you happiness. I tell my daughter all the time, the reason people who ever told you that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I love money. It makes me so happy. I love it. And who in their right mind would say, "Oh, I don't love money"? That's a lie. I think it was Myron Golden say, he was like, people who say that they don't like money will tell you any kind of lie they would. If they told you that lie, they'll tell you any lie. Because why else would you work 8, 9 hours for something that you don't love? Oh, I needed to survive. Don't do it. Find out, go do something else. I love money. You know why? It makes me very happy. You know why? Because that allows me to go home to go see my daughter for Christmas. That allows me to fly my daughter out and my family out to come spend time with me when I go out to these other countries and stuff like that. It allows me to, put money inside of my godchild, my little cousin, who I'm her godfather now, put money into her account so when she gets of an age, she has something that can help her push her life forward. That makes me happy. That happened because I worked to get money to allow me to have these options to be able to put her in a better position in life. How could you not love that? If you're still flexing on people who don't invest, you've already lost. You know why? Because people who don't invest, I look at people who don't invest not as like you're dumb for not investing. It's just like you understand what's going on for real, and you just want them to tighten up. Bruh, you gotta start investing, and you gotta start now. If you just understand a little bit about what's going on in the life and in America and what's going on with the American dollar, you have to invest. Like I just said earlier, the American dollar this year lost 10% of its value. Since the beginning of time, it's already lost over 90%. That means you don't understand that, but when you start seeing, I always say when chips start costing $5 a bag, you know what? Chips are already $5 a bag. Once they start going out like these outrageous prices, and then when the regular chips start being $10 a bag, you're gonna understand why it's so important, because it's the tax that you don't understand from inflation. You're gonna see it. You don't need more money, you need more clarity. If you don't know what to do with your money and understand and have a clear vision of what to do with your bread, you're going to lose it. People always say, I'll invest more when I have more. No, you'll invest more when you manage more, when you manage what you have. It's about the habit of management. You will have more when you can handle more. And even if you have more, you probably are gonna lose it. That's why I don't know what the statistic is of how many people who have won the lottery and lost it because their mind is not clear of what to do with the money when they have it. Happy New Year to you too, bro. Their mind is not clear with it when it comes. If you have this, if you want $1 million, I think it was Jim Rome or somebody, one motivational speaker say, if you want $1 million, you better become a millionaire. And you'd be like, well, I am a millionaire because I've won $1 million. That's how you know you're not a millionaire. Because because a millionaire would know the first thing I need to do once I have this money is taxes. And that immediately takes that million away. So if you ever get $1 million, you better be a millionaire, because I can guarantee you one thing, it ain't gonna last. If you are a millionaire and somebody gave you $1 million and you had to pay $400,000 in taxes and you got $600,000, by the end of the year you'll probably double that, because you know what it takes to be a millionaire. And having that money, you know how to double it and flip it because you know money. Because you're a millionaire. You need more clarity with your money. Most people don't want success, they want applause. Whew. Do it for the likes, do it for the gram, do it for recognition. This is the world we live in. Ooh, The Matrix isn't a movie, it's your daily routine. Dang! The Matrix isn't a movie, it's your daily routine. Wake up, scroll, work, sleep, repeat. Will you ever escape? The Matrix isn't a movie, it's your daily routine. Dang! That is a bar. You are wise. Getting rich is getting more difficult. And you know what? Before I go on to that, I'm gonna finish this point. You know, that is a real thing. Your habit, you are a sum of all your habits. Everything you do is just a basic habit. The way I look to the left, the way I rub my hands, the way I talk, the way it's just habits that I have acquired through my life over time, good and bad. Good and bad. So that's the matrix that I live in. That's the program that I have, you know, is my habits. That's my reality, my programming, my matrix that I live in, you know. I'm not living in the world's matrix, especially not American system, because it is made to keep you on the bottom, to be stepped on, to stay broke. Like I said, the reason I would say why they make it so hard is because, one, you're put at a disadvantage from the jump. I don't know what your ethnicity is. I know for black people, you're put at a disadvantage up front. And the very, very, very most important thing is the lack of information. This is the lack of information. It's really not that hard. It's how the earlier you start, the easier it becomes. You want to be a millionaire, you want to be rich, get a plan. They got we have so many new tools today that is built to keep us distracted. Because we have AI right now. You can use that to become rich. AI right now, you can go on AI right now and say, give me a complete full blueprint on how to become rich or how to reach $1 million starting from here. Give it your full life story. Say everything. Say what you're interested in. Say what you want to do. Just give it your heart and say, I want to be rich. Create for me a system that I can use to be rich. So we have the tools. We're just in an era where people are so distracted. All the information, like I come on here to give information and tell you, hey, you need a Roth IRA, you need to invest, you need the money management. But that's not cool. That's not mainstream. That's not Offset and Cardi B talking about Super Bowl and Travis Kelce. It's not interesting enough. It's not interesting enough until it hurts enough. Until your pockets start getting really tapped and you get tired of that. I would tell you what was my turning point when I realized I'm a very religious person, meaning like I come from the island. My family, everybody's very, very religious. So I grew up in that type of household and environment. And they always spoke of everybody being, we're God's children. And yes, I believe that. And yes, I believe that we are here in an extension of Him. But one thing that stuck out to me the most, if we're God's children and we're supposed to be the highest and the chosen ones, why the hell are we all broke? We can't do nothing for nobody that can change anyone's life for real, other than give them some good words. Now, someone giving you some good words can't change your life. I believe the words I'm saying here can change your life. Words are very, very powerful. But the concept of how come we don't have any millionaires in our family? How come we don't have no half millionaires? How come we don't have anybody with a net worth of at least 250,000? Who has $1 million net? People would be asset rich, meaning I have a car, I have a boat, I have a couple rental property homes maybe, but I have all of it under debt. Asset roar, asset rich, cash poor. And I see this a lot. You see he got a new truck, big truck. He got a boat. He got a new house. That asset rich, cash poor. All that's fine and dandy. But if you're still struggling and have to use every single thing that you need to use to pay off the next bill, so everything you earn, you got to use to pay off the next bill, and you're left with $200, $300, $400, $500 to make it through the month. It don't make any sense. Debt isn't 15. Debt isn't evil. Ignorance about debt is lack of information. Because if you know what to do with the money, that's what people do. Everybody always talk about a quick flip and quick this and do that and being in debt. If you know what to do with debt, now, perfect example. If I see a house, me and my mom, we was checking out a house one time. I will never forget this. We was checking out a house. It was like 13,000 for the house. It was like a brick house. It was like 13,000. Like, it's pretty beat up. And I'm not really too familiar with real estate at the time. And she was just like, "This is a steal. This is a steal. This is a steal. This is a steal." So I was just like, "Dang." Now, if we would have went and got some, most people don't go and borrow money because they don't want to get in debt. Say we would have went and borrowed 20,000. That would be considered good debt. Because you're buying an asset at a ridiculous low amount that's going to reap benefits. Because when you're looking at property and houses, you look at property value and you look at the residency of where it's at. And what are the value of the houses around you is going to dictate roughly around what that house in that area. It's like Monopoly. Baltic Avenue and the other brown one, pretty cheap, pretty dirt. Anything you buy on that, it's not going to be much. You start getting over into Indiana Avenue and you start getting over to Boardwalk Avenue, everything up there, I don't care what you put on there, the price is going to be high. Even to buy houses on that land is high. It's about 5 times as much as the Baltic because of the environment. So if we understanding, we didn't know about we just didn't want to go and get debt. But knowing what I know now, I would have went anywhere to go try to take out a loan and get debt. I'll take that debt quick. 20,000 because the value, that house was gone the next day or later that evening. That's how crazy it was. Because they understand about debt. You take that, you take the money out, you put it into that house, you take 40, 50,000, you redo the house. The house right now value 200,000. You 3x that's the value of knowing the debt game. That's the value of knowing debt. If everyone around you is comfortable, you're probably not growing. Like Future said in this song, don't get too comfortable. And if everybody around you is cooling, you're probably not in the right place. You're probably not in the right place. The right mindset makes bad months temporary. That's true. With the right mindset, nothing lasts forever because you understand that this too shall pass. With the right mindset, anything is possible. Any month, any situation, everybody has a bad month, bad week, bad stint that they go through. But with the right mindset, with the right thoughts, with the right focus, you can get through any of that. You don't need permission to be legendary. Stop waiting approval. You are great in your own right. I don't have to tell you that. The voice inside of you has been screaming that to you your whole life. You're great. You'll always be great. Don't let anybody ever give you a permission to be as great as you know that you are. 19. Most people are scared of wealth because they're scared of responsibility. And that's a fact. Because you know what? More money comes more responsibilities. The more money you have, the more responsible you have to be in maintaining that and growing it and not mismanaging it. Because the more you have, the more freedom you think you have to blow. The more you have to blow. And that's a lot of responsibility, especially when that money is used to take care of more than just yourself. When you have family, friends, close ones, that's a lot of responsibility. That's why people don't want a lot of money, because they know they can't handle it when it comes to taking care of other people or taking care of what needs to be taken care of and being strong enough to not blow it. And you know what? It's no problem with having a lot of money and trying to build wealth and losing it. It's just part of your process. That's just some people's process is just like that sometimes. You're gonna lose it. You just can't be afraid of that. You can't be afraid of what can possibly happen, because you just might get richer. It's just the mindset that what you take on. You can't be scared to grow wealth. Is it scary? It can be. But it really, all it is just a lack of information. The more information you get, the less afraid you get. Don't ask for peace if you won't. If you won't. Let me start over. Number 20. Don't ask for peace if you won't protect your energy. Your inner peace is your responsibility. Everybody be looking for someone to make them to bring peace into their life. If you don't have peace in your own life, you're only going to protrude and project everything that is already inside of you. So if your world outside is chaotic, it's because you have not found some peace within yourself. You're only going to project outside what you see or what you have on the inside. Everything that happens outside is just an inner projection. If people are out you wilding and all this and that, and they're coming towards you, it's something inside of you. And that's just a hard thing to accept, but it's like that. Generational wealth starts with uncomfortable conversations. You know what the uncomfortable conversations that you have to have sometimes? The biggest conversation I think when it comes down to building generational wealth is the ability to say no. No. When you're able to tell people no, hey, can I borrow this? Can you do this? Can you help me with that? And it's always the little things. Remember, it's the hay that broke the camel's back, the needle that broke the last straw that broke the camel's back. It wasn't the huge 1,000 pounds of people needed somebody. I need to borrow $10,000, or I need to do. It was, hey, can I borrow $50? Hey, can I borrow $100? Hey, can you lend me $500? Man, my light's about to be cut off. Hey, can you send the child support money a little bit early because Hey, I need to holler at you. I can't do it. 22. Some people are addicted to struggle. It's their identity. I'm telling you, people love to be or have that victim mentality. Some people love victim mentality. They love saying, man, I ain't got it, man. And I just, I'm trying hard and I got to work hard and I'm just so tired. They love that victim mentality, man. Hell nah. They won't support you until strangers validate you. The people that shows you that I can speak about this a lot of times too, because once I'm on social media all day, all the time. I'm constantly posting, creating videos, looking for ideas all the time. And I post a lot of content. And what I realize is The people who know you, they're not going to support you. They're just going to look at you. But when they see, it's just kind of like the effect of when I look up. Imagine everybody wants to be a part. You know why? It's because everybody wants to be a part of the crowd. Everybody wants to feel like they're included. So when you make a post and it got 5 likes, but 1,000, 1,500 views, but 5 likes, you know why? They'll look at it, but they won't like it because everybody else didn't like it. So they don't want to feel like I'm the only one who like it, because everybody wants to feel included. 24, success is boring, but freedom is worth it. Success is boring because it's tedious. Just like basketball. Basketball is worth it on the next level, but it's tedious. It's the getting up every single day doing the same thing over and 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 over again. That's that's what success is. If you're okay with boring, tedious, mundane, repetitious work, your freedom is stamped. 25, you can't grow if you fear being misunderstood. Leadership is lonely. That's a fact. What up, Vince? Leadership is lonely. You can't grow if you fear misunderstood. Hey man, be the black sheep. Be the one that nobody understands. They're the ones that stand out. They're the ones that change worlds, that change your family dynamic, that change your life, that has the ability to change other people's lives. 26, you're one routine away from a new life. Your life is nothing but a sum of habits. What are your habits? Audit your habits. If you could look at the habits that are holding you back, it could be one. That's the crazy thing. It could be one. Happy New Year, Vince. It could be one habit that you change that change your entire life. Your one routine could change your new life. There's one routine that I call my success. I call it the success list. It's my first to-do list of what I started doing. That is my morning routine. Wake up, no phone, meditate, pray, visualize, get shots up, write. And when I say get up, shots up, I mean visualizing shots every morning when I wake up. That is my morning routine. That is what has kept me on my wealth building journey. That has kept me during my basketball journey. That has kept me in life, period. Is my morning routine, and sticking to that. Will you do it every single day? No. So don't beat yourself up if you don't. That's just me personally. There are some guys who's like, I do it every single day, no matter what. I ain't that person. I ain't gonna sit here and act like I am. 5 out of 7 days out of the week, I'm there though. That's my routine. Those are my habits. 5, 6 days out of the week, if I'm feeling I've been on it, like when I'm really, 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 really focused, I go every single day, man. But you might miss it. I purposely I go 6 days out of the week, and I purposely take a day off from the routine that I'm doing in the morning to recalibrate my brain and you even need a rest. That's when you're really being strategical. You're giving yourself one day to just be whatever can flow through you naturally. You know what I'm saying? That's how I perceive it in my perspective on it. 27, if you're always available, you're never valuable. Time is your currency, protect it. If everybody got your time, that's all you got, and you're giving it out away like a little you know what I'm saying? Nobody wants a used up and I'm gonna just leave that at that. 28, purpose is louder than passion. Passion fades, purpose pays. What are you here to do? What are you here for? What are you here for? I know what I'm here for. I'm here to give y'all this game. I'm here to give y'all this perspective. I'm here to give y'all this spirit. I'm here to give y'all this energy. That is my purpose in life. Walk in yours. 29, if your content is making you money, if your content isn't making you money, you're just journaling. Your story is a product. Package it. That's for my people who's out here trying to be, content creators and stuff like that. Package your information, package what you do. Like I do with this, I got a podcast, packaging. That's it. That's something to fuel the dream. I got the book that I put down if you want to learn how to play basketball professionally. I got a mindset course if you want to know how I won 7 championships in 8 years playing professional basketball and lasted 12 years, and how I'm building my account as a basketball player, to building my net worth piece by piece. I'm documenting everything for it so I can sell it. Appreciate the subscription, Vince. I gotta log it. That because how else can you not take care of yourself? People want to earn money. Yes. And I need to show you how. I could come on here one time and tell you, oh yeah, I did this and whatever, but I don't show you how. I don't give you the blueprint. I don't give you everything that I went through so you can do it. Package that joint up. Anything that you know that you've done more than someone and you've reached a certain level of some type of mastery. Like I believe I've reached a certain level of mastery when it comes to basketball and overseas basketball. Why? Because I've done it over a decade. I've done professional basketball for over a decade. I've won more championships than I've been playing years. That's tough. I've won more championships than I've played years. What team? I've won six. I've won seven championships with 6 teams, 6 different teams. I won 2 in Colombia and 5 in Chile. Two cup championships and 3 league championships in Chile, 2 league championships in Colombia with 2 different teams. I've been playing. This is my 12th year. I got more championships than I got years played. That's tough. You feel me? 30. Broke is temporary, but broke thinking is generational. Dang. It's all about the thoughts. It's how you think. It's how you move. How you create the thoughts, man. You gonna pass on those same thoughts to the people, your kids. When you get older and you have kids, what you are, you're gonna pass it on down. My name is Arnold Lewis, brother. Arnold Lewis. Look me up if you want to. Arnold Lewis. But what you say, what you do, based on what you think, you're gonna pass that on to your kids, your nephews, people. If you're older, if you are a kid, if you're coming up right now, you got to start understanding this is the biggest mastery that you must have over everything in life. It's the mastery of your thoughts, because that will be passed down. Mastery of your thinking, because that thinking is going to be passed down and it's going to show in you through everybody you meet and everything that you do. Bad money management, bad doubting thoughts. But just that, the whole thought concept, once you understand their whole life is dictated by the way that you think, that changes everything. Broke is temporary, but broke thinking, that goes down for generations. Are you going to be the reason your family stays broke another generation based on the way that you think? 31. Millionaire routines don't start at noon. Wake up with the feeling of being rich. There's a quote, I think somebody put it on as a reel in Instagram. I heard years ago. It was like, early to bed, early to rise makes a man young, healthy, and wise. It's something about when you wake up early, or earlier than most or others, it's the silence. Everything that you are trying to create and the wealth that you're trying to build is being built in silence, because it's time. It's in those moments that you can think. I was listening to John O'Brien, a reel from him today on Instagram, and he said, you go to rich neighborhoods, it's quiet. And it's purposely like that, because they're using their time to think. That's when you can think. You go to more poor neighborhoods, It's normally noisy. It's done by design. The more noise, the more chaos, the less you can think. The less you can hear and be more clear because it's too chaotic. It's too much noise. Imagine, why did they tell you in the class, why is it when you take a test, you have to be quiet? Because you're going to break someone else's concentration. Because you do your best thinking when it's silent. You can focus more when it's silent. 32. The goal isn't just wealth, it's time freedom. Money without time is just another job. You have to have the biggest thing in life. I know for me, I want more. No, I was not born in 1999. I was born on New Year's though. What you went on Google? Did you Google me? I was born in 1990. I am a 90s baby. The first day of the first year of the 90s. 90s baby. Where were we at? The goal isn't well, it's freedom. I know for me, personally, don't worry about events. I know for me personally, as much with all them, I tell my daughter all the time, the reason I work so hard to get money for us is so we could spend more time together. When I had to walk and leave my daughter, her laying on the bed, saying goodnight, saying goodbye to her as I had to leave to go play and get on the flight, I say the reason I have to do this now is so we don't ever have to spend time away from each other later. I have to sacrifice this now. And I said, you think I'm not going to go out here and disrespect my time away from my daughter by BSing and not being great and taking advantage of all the time I have? Because what is the point of me becoming a professional basketball player, which allows me to have a lot of time to create and gives me downtime to create a system and a strategy to get us out of all the things that has kept us apart in life, and which has been a lack of money. Because if you had the right resources, you can be able to bring your people along. When you have enough money, you can bring your people along. Yes, I am 6'7", and I hate that new trend that they got going. I actually am 6'7". 33. Some of the biggest lessons will cost you money. The tuition of life. We have a saying in the market, the market, when it comes to trading and investing, anybody can go and jump head first in. And especially in trading. If you're going to trade, there ain't no school that people be going to and a college university that's just specifically set for trading. But you will pay your tuition into the market. Go read 95%. Oh, you know what? Almost 100%, 98, because there's some technical books of trading books. And it almost all had to pay their dues by losing money to the market. You're going to have to pay your tuition to learn. Oh, I'm paying mine. Oh, you're going to have to pay your tuition. I believe one very, very famous guy, I think his name was Bill Ackman, he made a trade and he lost like $400 million. You're going to have to pay your tuition. Now he came back and made $1 billion. I think he made a trade for like $1 billion or something crazy. Something outrageous. Nah, I'm good, bro. I don't need I don't say things just for people to just give me whatever. Like, I have my own way of thinking. Remember? I have my own way of thinking. I don't need to be here, give me this for me to submit to what people are wanting you to do. That's the whole reason that we are here today, for that very type of thing. You know, we ain't even gonna go too far on that. Number 34, we're almost there, 2 more. If the poor can entertain you, they can also teach you. The wisdom is struggle. Don't ignore it. Watch what poor people do. I bought a course, an audio course from a guy who teaches business and finance, and he says, your job, if you want to be rich, watch what rich people do and do what they do. As well as watch what poor people do and don't do what they do. If 35, I look like his dad. That's funny. 35. If your dream isn't scary, it's probably someone else's. If your dream don't make you uncomfortable, you ain't dreaming big enough. It has to be uncomfortable. It has to be so big, like, bro, how can dream as big? It's free to dream as big as you possibly can, as big as you want. Dream so big that it scares you. And the only reason it scares you is because you ain't never been around someone that's ever dreamed that big before. Someone says, you know what? I can make 100K. I can get my net worth to 100K. I can get it to a million. I could get it to 250 million. I can have $100 million company. I can have $1 million YouTube. I can have a YouTube channel with 1 million subscribers. All the people that you see with that is people that you don't know, or people that you know, but not personally. You know what I mean? Because you're not dreaming big. The people around you. Me and my best friend talk about, oh, we're going to be millionaires. We're going to be billionaires. We're going to have $1 million followers on YouTube. We're going to run it up every day. Every day. Every day. Just like one of the, I don't know which one it was, the people that you keep around. You don't need a lot. You don't need a lot. You really need about 2 or 3 good people. Just to dream with. Just to dream with. And the last one, number 36, the only exit plan is ownership. You got to build up to the point where you own it. I own my own business. I own land. I own my own real estate. I took my own retirement into my own hands. My Roth IRA, my daughter's account. You got to take it into your own hands. You got to own your own life. You got to own your own finances. No one is going to do that for you. Ownership is a mindset. This is mine. This is my life. I'm taking ownership of my own life. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking ownership of my own life, of my own process, of everything that is mine. Those are the 36 life lessons that I have for my 36 years of being on this planet. So, man, I'm glad for everybody. I'm glad for everybody tapping in. Our goal for 2026 is to go live every single day. Every single day for the entire 2026. Can we do it? It's not a matter of can. We will do it. We speak it. We believe it. We don't go against our word. Never go against your word. Do not use your words against you. So I'm grateful. I'm going to go spend the rest of my birthday with time left with trying to find something to eat. Go hit the weight room. And just be grateful for the rest of the day. Man, I'm grateful for everybody that tuned in. Remember, my name is Arnold Lewis. Remember, greatness is a habit, not a right. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow. I'm out.